And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
All right, welcome back, my futures family. It's time for the reflection. Take a deep breath. The day is over. It's time to review and reflect what happened on the day today. My name is John Hoagland. Again, thank you for trusting me with your time. It's 3:05 on Wednesday, the 19th of April, and our equities, at least, looking at the S&Ps, there is no confidence in either direction looking at this daily chart. The market is just waiting for what? Waiting for FOMC 2 weeks from today. So we're going to be really kind of focusing on earnings, and Tesla earnings were due today. They missed. They missed on earnings per share, missed on revenue. Kind of a surprise, a little bit of a shocker there. But that's what it looks like to me. So it is I'm not seeing a big reaction in the S&Ps, maybe so in the NASDAQ. We'll check that out shortly. But for the S&Ps, the opens and closes for the last 4 sessions have been within 10 points of each other. I don't remember, except for when very low volatility periods of time, that I've ever seen that. Crude oil had a move today a little bit, down today about $1.70, settling at 79.16. That's down 2.1%. And that's even after the EIA announced a 4.6 million barrel draw, almost a 14.6 million barrel draw in crude inventories here in the U.S. They were looking for about a 1 million barrel draw. It came out for a little more than 4 times that much, and the market still moved to the downside. You never know with these markets, as we always say, ACH, anything can happen. So, hey. What's up, John Wilkowiak? Good to see you. I hope you're all right there, pal. I hope you did. Hope things are going okay. Will, it's good to see you. Robert, the Rooster, Brett, and Anissa, good to see you. John, hope everything's all right. Maybe you were talking about Tesla. Yikes. Hope you're not getting hurt on that. But so the Beige Book came out today. There's just oodles and oodles and oodles of information coming from the Beige Book. It said that job growth has slowed and labor markets have become less constrained. Wages have moderated slightly but remain high in comparison to last year. Several districts reported lower needs for off-cycle wage increases, whatever that means. Consumer spending is generally flat or slightly lower. See if there's anything that really sticks out here. It's all just gobbledygook, if you ask me. We're just going to be waiting for the FOMC meeting. And that's really it. We didn't have any really talking feds today. We do have, we had the Representative Speaker McCarthy spoke, about the debt ceiling, which of course that's probably one of the things that the market is kind of holding on for. Talking feds later, Goolsbee speaks later on, Williams speaks later on, but I'm pretty sure they have a moratorium against speaking during market hours until after the FOMC meeting. We won't probably be hearing much from them, which I think is a a welcome break sometimes, right? Brett, after a big day yesterday, I had an $81 morning. Better than a loss. 100%. Oh, yeah. I get it, John. Yeah, well, you like the markets that move, of course. Bigger opportunities. Yeah, today was, these days have been really just some opportunity. Nothing tremendous, though. Those days are coming, John. You just wait. And Brett, an $80 winning day after a good day yesterday is a good thing. In our experience at Top Step and even as a trader, some of the worst days that our traders have are the day after one of the best days they've ever had. So proud you kept things close to the bone. Tomorrow's another day. Make sure you start from zero. Start from zero. Robert, Trading Research, good to see you. So we're going to jump through the charts here briefly and take a look at what happened in crude oil. It's kind of a shocker. We did have some play with that weekly kickoff low number here earlier, and looks like we've closed below it. We're going to go down and close this gap anytime soon? Boy, that would be nice, and it'll take a while to get to us, if at all, at the pump. Who knows? Here's the 30-minute chart. So really range bound. If you were using the weekly kickoff level today to go long above or short below, I apologize. This happens from time to time. You got to remember that all these levels are not finite. Nothing is written in stone. And we had the market just kind of bopping back and forth above and below. It did end up closing below it. Is that going to mark acceptance of price at lower levels? We'll find out tomorrow. What did open interest do today? Looking at this, I can't put a finger on what open interest did at all in the day time frame here today. It just, I don't see that there's anything from Delta that's going to give me that idea. We're going to have to wait and see tomorrow morning what open interest did. Here's the TPO chart. Look at this top. We have an excess low below weekly kickoff low. We did close below weekly kickoff low, but this no excess top, weak high, just at the low from yesterday. There's so much weakness in this structure at the high today. We'll be kind of surprised if it's not revisited soon. Now the S&Ps. So I wore my rally sweater today, and it actually ended up working in the day time frame. The longer time frame, we're still holding upside structure. There's no question about that. The market is still attempting to move higher, but the question then again becomes, how good of a job is it doing? Yesterday, I don't think it did a good job. Market tried to move higher throughout the session against negative delta, and it just didn't do very well, and it didn't add a whole bunch of open interest either. Only approximately 3,000 contracts. So the auction to the upside, it appears to be at least in a holding pattern, if not getting a little bit tired again. We haven't even moved that far. The last time we saw that was 2 weeks ago Monday, when we lost open interest on this up day. We said, all right, there's our warning shot. We're going to go range bound or get a pullback, or something is going to change here, which we did get our pullback, our range bound activity in an attempt to move higher that isn't doing that good of a job. Here's the 30. I like this 30 better. We're going to go with this one. Yesterday, overnight inventory was long. They adjusted. Today, the overnight inventory was long. They adjusted. Value, no change. Outside of value, okay, overlapping to lower range, okay, but settlement, and settlement are all within, let's say, within 17 points of each other. No real movement, no real activity, and when you look at this daily chart, it's all shadow, no body. Lack of confidence. Here's the TPO chart from today. Opening range ended up being the low of the day. We don't check this lower distribution from the overnight. We rally, we check back to the excess we put in yesterday. We put excess at the high today. And then we came off. The market seems to be struggling to hold rallies. If that's a pattern, it might be an important one. How about the NASDAQ? NASDAQ getting hit a little bit here after the close, but on the daily, range bound. Central location, short time frame control, range bound activity. Again, no confidence on this daily chart in either direction. 30 minutes. Overnight inventory too short? Well, let's just take it right back up to settlement. Got a little bit beyond that, but did end up closing. Very similar situation. Value outside yesterday's. Market it's trying to do something, but it's just not doing a very good job of doing anything. My goodness. Look at this. The chart, the profiles kind of tell the whole story. We're not going anywhere. We haven't gone anywhere. Excess on the high yesterday. Double distribution today on the upside. Just got up here and sat here. Value outside again. What is a trader to do? Just remember, as long as we're in short time frame control, when the short time frame gets too long, we can go the opposite direction. When the short time frame gets too short, we can go the opposite direction. What about gold? Nice move off that weekly kickoff low this morning. Was able to catch a good chunk of that. I was ready and waiting when I sat down at 6 o'clock today thinking, we don't accept below that weekly kickoff high. Look out. We're probably pretty short. Decent volume off that low. Here's the 30-minute chart. Here's weekly kickoff low. No acceptance, driving higher, opening range, the low of the session, continuing to close the gap. No play with value from yesterday, so value is still lower. But what happened today? This is a P-shaped profile. Usually indicates short covering. On the daily chart, wouldn't this look like a pretty good spot to cover some shorts? If we lose open interest tonight in gold, I would say yes. That was a short covering rally. That might mean more downside is likely. If we added open interest off that low, that tells a completely different story. Again, it's telling us maybe it wasn't short covering. Maybe we attracted buyers down there. Just maybe. The euro just won't close below that trend line. Just fighting it at tooth and nail. Overnight inventory too short. They came back. Right back to settlement, where the market opened at Friday at 5 o'clock. We didn't even really have to do this today. What about the profile? All right. Excess low. I like that. Maybe we'll see some continuation. What I'd really like to see is for me to be sitting here at the right time when the market accepts below this line. That's going to be a big move. But we need the dollar to strengthen for that to happen. 10-year, wow. Spent all day below weekly kickoff low. Now look at it. Check this out on the 30. Open. Test a weekly kickoff high. Nice spot for a short there. Then we put in the low. Right back to weekly kickoff high. Maybe nice spot for a short there. Came back to value low, finished. It did close below that level, but now it seems to be trying to leak back up there, but we'll see. This is a very short, narrow range, fat, prominent point of control profile. Very evenly distributed as far as time is concerned. Price is going to be seeking to find new levels to facilitate trade, and soon. Week low, week high. The heck is going on here? The natural gas unable to hold weekly kickoff high. That happened before the open. Here's the 30. We got this weekend gap to fill here. Didn't fill it. Just broke a little bit. Long liquidation, it seems. Maybe we got a little bit too long yesterday. B shape indicates long liquidation. Here's the profile. B shape. Normal variation. Neutral day. Excess on both sides. Almost every TPO traded to this level. Prominent point of control. This market is going to be looking for... It's going to start auctioning to new levels or seeking new levels, at least probing to new levels to find volume. What was the volume? Well, it's coming into rollovers, so that's going to be kind of hard to read, but all right. I didn't even look at what happened at this day in history. The American Revolution begins at the Battle of Lexington in 1775 today. War is never a good thing, but we get to live here. It's also kind of a beginning to the Civil War as well, 1861. What about in music? Any good birthdays today? Glenn Campbell. Hang on. So, $1969, Glenn Campbell was number one on the Billboard Country Singles Chart with the Jimmy Webb song Galveston. Blondie was number one on the singles chart today in 1980 with Call Me. 1986, Prince started a 2-week run at number one on the U.S. singles chart with Kiss. He also had the number 2 song Manic Monday that was done by the Bangles at the same time. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's enough of this. Let's get ready for tomorrow. Let's rest up. Have a good night. Be kind to yourself and others. Say a prayer for peace. God knows we need a lot of prayers for peace. And be good to yourself. Blessings to you all. Have a great evening. See you tomorrow, 7:45 for the prep. See you then.